YouTube family, it's me, Juniper Bloom Mystique. I am an Ascension Master, Master Healer, and a Divine Guide. An Ascension Master, essentially there's only one on this planet. I know that sounds a little kooky. I am the one who brought about the Ascension, okay? I have it all recorded and posted on my channel for you to see. All of the Ascension process actually plays out on this channel. That's not why I'm here today. I'm just giving a little intro. It's hard to give an intro as to who I am because of the things I say, and people have no idea what I'm talking about. So it is what it is, right? I got to give a little insight into who I am. Those of you who are new, that's who I am. Those who are returning, what up, G? Right? I'm not a normal being. However, I am highly connected. Okay. And so I wanted to come on today and talk to you a little bit about a specific topic. I'm going to give a little warning before I start this topic. It is a controversial subject. One I am deeply ingrained in. I know a lot about. I know the consequences of. And I will not try to push my personal opinion about, because that's not what it's about, okay? But the other day, Roe versus Wade was overturned. For those of you who don't know, Roe versus Wade is an abortion rights activist movement, okay? It was going way back in the day. Roe versus Wade, something about wanted the opportunity to be able to get an abortion. Now I wanted to kind of talk about what this means with the Ascension, knowing that who I am and what I've undone for the Ascension. And I've said many, many times over this last 2 years that you're going to start to see things being undone in the collective whole. I've said that many, many times over, that it is now time for the collapse, the collective purge. And this is what Spirit is referring to as a part of that, okay? Some of you are going to immediately go off and go like, I believe in pro-choice, and you should have a pro-choice. And I don't really want to know your opinions. Please do not share them with me. I've had personal experiences with abortion. I know all about it. I know what abuse is. I know what rape is. I know all about these things. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? I also know who I am. I know the work I've done for the Ascension. I know the earth can no longer stay the same. I've talked about this many times over, okay? We changed the vibration of the planet. That's what activating the pyramids did. I activated many, many, many pyramids all over this planet. You can't do that and not have the vibration of the planet change. I also brought down Christ's light, okay? I don't want your opinions getting in this, because judgment is not something of God. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So if you are the group who thinks it's very bad, thank God, okay, good for you. If you're the group that thinks pro-choice is a good thing, good for you. I used to be pro-choice. I'm not anymore. Okay? I'm not anymore because I know what it feels like to have an abortion. All right? I was young and my dad's not here anymore, and I was basically forced into an abortion. So I know what they feel like. I know the detriment of my soul that it took, and I know it's not of God. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? I can guarantee you that. What Spirit actually calls this undoing of Roe versus Wade, it's undoing of what is not of the light. Exposures are coming, okay? So this is just like the beginning phase. It was against the light. It's part of the undoing. And that is exactly what Spirit is saying about Roe versus Wade, okay? It may go up and down. They may have talks of, oh, it's coming back, blah, 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 blah. It's not of the light, okay? It's not of the light to take somebody's life. I don't care what your excuse might be. Is it of the light to have rape? No, none of this is, okay? That's why all of it is going to be unfolding. This isn't the first aspect of the undoing. This is just the beginning stages, okay? That's true. Again, who I am is not normal. I've activated pyramids. The videos of those are on here for you guys to see. That's the minimal of what I did, even though that's a really big part of what I did. Clearing Mount Shasta, raising Atlantis, and the return of Christ's light. When I brought back those last phases of the return of Christ's light, they said this was it. This was the change in paradigm, okay? And I've posted all of that on my channel. All of that is available for you guys to see. It's witnessed and recorded. I'm not making this stuff up, okay? It's part of the Hopi prophecy. So then we had Roe versus Wade happen. There's been many times throughout history that Roe versus Wade has come up. Many times. This is not the first time. It just never succeeded in being undone until now, okay? And it's just the beginning. And you saw all the riots and everything else. If you think that's bad, this is what I've been talking about for 2 years. Okay? People, the sheeple, right? When we have the masses, they become the asses. Okay? Everybody wants to get caught up in what's right and what's wrong, but are you really paying attention to what's going on? Okay? It's the end of days for a reason. This is a piece of that. All right? And so Spirit really does say, leave this alone. Don't get caught up with the judgments of it, because you just don't know. Okay? Nowhere in hell is God going to say, yes, kill people. Okay? At the same time, is it okay to have all the situations that we've had? No. Right? None of it has been of the light. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Should we have a right to protect our bodies? Yes, we should. I totally agree with you all. I agree with you all no matter what you want to say. I don't care. Okay? It's not about opinions. This is about the fact that I've been for 2 years undoing this earth, undoing all of the darkness in this planet. And now we're actually seeing things trickle out, and it's going to continue to do so. It's not going to stop. It's going to get more powerful and more powerful and more powerful as we go along. And people on an individual level are going to start seeing everything I've said, as well as on a big collective level. Okay? Spirit literally said, this is the undoing of what is not of the light. That is the end of days. The undoing of what is not of the light is what they talk about being the end of days, okay? I know, because I'm the one who brought down Christ's light. Believe me, I had to do it in pieces, and I had to do it through the rays, because the twin flame thing got messed up, and it's all on my channel, okay? I'm not just coming to you guys trying to claim to be a prophet. That's not something I would ever want to throw out of my mouth, because I know how the masses are. Everything I tell you is recorded and posted for you all to witness and see, okay? Including Jesus and how he died, right? And so when I tell you this is the undoing of anything that is not of the light, it has to come in pieces. It took me 2.5 years to do all the work I did. Okay, since the end of 2019 is when I started. And we are now in mid-2022. So that's almost 3 years. That is 3 years. Yeah, it's been 3 years now since I started doing all this work. Okay, we cleared stuff from bad farms to Jesus' soul. I know how he died, to Mount Shasta, to redoing the root chakra of the earth. I mean, you guys, there's been so much undone. And so now that we're starting to see Roe versus Wade overturned, everybody's freaking out like, we have that right. Do we have right to choose to take life? You're still taking that in your hands, okay? I used to be pro-choice. Please, it's not about opinions. I understand where you're coming from, no matter where you're coming from. Okay, I'm not here to argue that with you. But I am here to tell you that what once was done can no longer be done. The ways we used to do things can no longer be anymore. Okay? It is absolutely the undoing of what is not of the light. Alright? And this is just the beginning stages of it. And that's what Spirit's telling me. And never in the future is it going to be okay again. Okay? I truly believe things like birth control. I believe all of that stuff is going to be a thing of the past. You don't have to quote me on that. I've also talked about Big Pharma and the fact that they are next, okay? That is a big part of the undoing and the falsehoods that is being spewed upon all of you. It is not okay to take a life. It's also not okay to rape somebody. It's also not okay, right? I'm not going to get into this big debate about the medical field either. Just because they tell you something with that pregnancy doesn't guarantee that's what's going to happen with the pregnancy. I mean, I can get all into this. I have a medical degree. I have a psychological degree. I know what an abortion is. I'm also the one who brought about the Ascension. So is it a coincidence that I had to deal with abortions in my life? No. Actually, looking back on my life, I've had to deal with pretty much everything that's about to unfold for you. So there are no coincidences here, okay? And this video isn't easy for me to do because I know how people are. I know how people react. I know how people take little pieces of information and they don't investigate the truth, right? So you're going to take a little tidbit of what I say and you're going to be like, oh my God, this girl thinks she's like this and that and the other. and blah, 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 and you're going to want to flood my thing with your comments saying, how dare I? People get raped. Well, I know every scenario. I know all of your opinions. I used to be pro-choice. I also used to be not for it. At this point, it's irrelevant. Okay? I know what I've done, and I know what's coming for the earth. And that's the only thing that matters to me. Okay? All of this stuff, this debating who's right and who's wrong, is also going to fall away. It's bullshit. There's no reason for division. All of that division is fake. Anytime we create division, we're in trouble. Okay? And so this is layered stuff of muck. We can't have one piece of layer come out and not another. Do you understand? So everything that is not of the light must go. That's why when I tell you guys, if you're dependent on medications, figure that out, and figure that out now, because that's going to change for you. You might want to have a natural remedy, right? If you are dependent on the government for much things, you could be in trouble. That's not a joke, okay? The moon cycle is also going to change. I did things to the moon over a year ago on my channel. You can watch that. It is in that playlist for you, for the Ascension playlist. It is on my channel. I had to do the undo the false concept of the moon. And when I did that, they even had proof of a satellite falling out of the sky, which I said would happen in my meditation, and it happened, okay? And somehow, with this false pull of the moon, our female cycle became regulated. Life was also shortened, okay? False concept of time. Put all this together. We may not need birth control in the future. We probably won't. Actually, we won't have it, is what they're telling me, okay? And we also won't be on a 30-day cycle anymore. And life is going to expand. I don't want anybody coming here telling me, oh, I'm a god and I'm going to make life live forever. Dude, I'm not coming at you from a place of insanity. I'm coming at you from a place of a healer and the one who brought about this ascension stuff and connected to the divine. Okay, so please understand this, and please do your research on my channel and who I am before you have any opinions about what I say. That is my requirement. Okay. But Roe versus Wade is part of what is not of the light. I know that's a hard concept to fathom, but believe me, even if your circumstances are horrific, if you don't feel an attachment to that life in you and you feel okay with taking that life, something's wrong there. Okay? A life is a life. A breath is a breath. Love is love. It's fragile. It's important. It matters more than you would ever know. And somewhere along the lines, we've lost the value of life, probably because this planet was overtaken by darkness. Look around you. There were so many dark tentacles in this earth. It's going to take a while to undo. Okay? Roe versus Wade is one piece of many that is actually undoing in front of all of you. It just depends on what we're paying attention to. Roe versus Wade is a really big one. Okay? It sparked a lot of controversy immediately, a lot of riots going on. This is why I'm telling you, I don't want your opinions. I can agree with you no matter what your opinion is, okay? Pro-opinion. I'm not here to argue your opinions, okay? It's not about that. We can't bring it back. You can fight against it all you want and hope you can bring that back, but you cannot bring that back. Even if you bring it back for a day, it cannot exist in the future. Do you understand what I'm saying? It cannot. It cannot exist in the future where we have the choice to kill a life. That is not God's earth, okay? And we've returned Christ's light. Like, that's very real. Watch my videos. That is recorded. That was witnessed. I have people that actually had to do that with me, that saw me almost die during this whole process that I've done. This is not a joke, okay? I'm not claiming these things from an empty space. Who I am blew my own mind, all right? And no matter what side of that fence you're on, that's a division. And we cannot have it going forward. Why? Because it's not of the light. It's not of unconditional love. That's what God is unconditional love. People have this notion that He judges. God is not the one that judges. God is unconditional love. And our job was to come here and learn unconditional love. And Roe versus Wade is not unconditional love. Okay? Unconditional love says, I don't care what happened to me. This was a gift and I'm going to love it. And maybe it's going to be deformed. Maybe it could steal my life. I don't know. Let's see how this plays out. That's more unconditional love, right? Because doctors are also some of the best doctors would tell me they're artists. They're not, yeah, it's a medical profession. We give them so much clout. We put so much weight on a doctor's opinion. And trust me, I know I've been through med school. I've had to deal with doctors. I was never one who was against disease or anything like that. Okay, I have 3 kids I raised on my own. I've had many multiple miscarriages, by the way, because I have a blood clot disorder. And I understand what an abortion is, okay? I got the full gamut of everybody's opinions and everybody's aspects and what ifs and this and that and the other and experiences. I know them all, believe me, I do. But when you're talking about the fact that you are snuffing out a life, you are taking that into your hands, you are not a God, okay? This I know, all right? And I know it's not right with some of the things, right? Like, I should have a choice of my body, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. I get all that. I'm not here to argue the division. I'm here to let you guys know what Spirit says about Roe versus Wade from my standpoint, from my connection. Okay, I asked him 3 times, and these are the answers I got. Exposures are coming. Okay, so this is like the start of all of that. Against the light. Do you guys even know what these abortion clinics do with some of those fetuses, by the way? Let's go into all of it if you want to, right? I mean, it is part of the undoing. Okay? So, that is your run-of-the-mill Ascension Master Healer Divine Guides. Look into what is happening with Roe versus Wade. Okay? Again, I'm not about opinions and division. I am merely letting you know it cannot survive on this earth. It just cannot. We are about to watch the great undoing, which is why I still have Recovering Humanity written on my board. Okay? Grab your popcorn, sit back, and let's enjoy the ride. So much love. Hasta la vista.